Did you know that a 25-cent coin from 1976 could be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars today? These rare bicentennial quarters aren't just old coins, they're hidden treasures. From shocking mint errors to flawless gems, these top 5 coins have sold for jaw-dropping prices. Stay tuned, you might just have one sitting in your pocket right now. Let me know if you want the full script next. Imagine you find a 1976 quarter in your old coin jar. It looks just like any other quarter, with George Washington on the front and a drummer boy on the back. You're about to spend it on a snack. But wait, what if I told you this coin could be worth not just 25 cents, not just a few dollars, but up to $77,000? Yes, you heard that right. A simple bicentennial quarter, like the one you might have in your pocket right now, could be hiding a small mistake made at the US Mint, a rare error that makes it super valuable. This is not a dream. It's real. And in this video, we'll tell you everything you need to know. The 1976 quarter is special because it was made to celebrate 200 years of American independence. Instead of the usual eagle on the back, it has a picture of a soldier playing a drum. It also has the dates 1776 to 1976, instead of just 1 year. Millions of these coins were made in 1975 and 1976. In fact, over 800 million quarters were minted for the bicentennial. That's why most of them are only worth face value. But a few of them, just a tiny number, have rare errors that make them worth big money. One of the most famous errors is called a double die. This happens when the coin design is stamped onto the metal more than once by mistake, but not in the exact same place. So you can see a slight doubling in the letters or numbers on the coin. It's like a ghost image. On the 1976 quarter, collectors look for doubling on the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date, 1776 to 1976. These double die quarters are super rare, especially the ones from the Denver Mint, which have a small D on the front under Washington's hair. These rare quarters with a double die error are officially known as the FS 101 and FS 102 types. FS just stands for 5 as Stanton, the names of the experts who listed them. But all you need to remember is this: if your coin has doubling in the letters or date, and it has a D mint mark, it could be worth a lot. Even if it's a little worn from being used, it can still sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. Some coins in great condition have sold for $3,000, $5,000, and even over $8,000. One 1976 D double die quarter in amazing condition was sold for $8,400 in 2023. And that's not even the highest it could go. Now, imagine if someone found a 1976 D quarter with the same doubling error, but in perfect condition, never touched, never scratched, never spent. If such a coin got graded MS-67 or MS-68 by a top grading service like PCGS or NGC, the value could jump way higher. We're talking about $50,000, $60,000, maybe even $77,000. It hasn't happened yet, but collectors believe it's possible. The coin world is always full of surprises. New records are made all the time when rare coins come to light. Could the next record-breaking quarter be sitting in your coin jar right now? But the double die isn't the only error to watch for. Some bicentennial quarters were struck on the wrong type of metal or had a clipped edge where part of the coin is missing. Others have die cracks, off-center strikes, or other strange mint mistakes. These are called mint errors, and depending on how rare and unusual they are, they can be worth hundreds or even thousands. One quarter with a die cap error sold for $2,880. Another struck on a dime planchet, that means a quarter design printed on a dime-sized metal piece, sold for $6,900. These are the kinds of coins people dream of finding in loose change. You don't need to be a pro collector to find one. All it takes is good eyes, a little patience, and a coin magnifier or zoom camera. If you look closely at your 1976 quarters, check for double lines in the letters, numbers, or even in Washington's face. Use online guides and compare photos of known error coins. If something looks different, don't spend it. Hold on to it and get it checked by a coin expert or grading company. A small detail could turn a common coin into a rare gem. Some people might say this is too good to be true. But real coins with real errors have already sold for thousands. And the chance of finding one is what makes collecting exciting. Even if most bicentennial quarters are only worth 25 cents, there are still treasures out there. Think about how many quarters are still in jars, drawers, wallets, and piggy banks. Most people don't even know what to look for. But now you do. The key to value is condition and rarity. The cleaner the coin, the higher the grade. Coins that are shiny, have no scratches, and still look brand new are called mint state, or MS grading goes from MS 60 up to MS 70, and anything over MS 65 is usually considered very high. The 1976 D double die quarter that sold for $8,400 was graded MS 66. If someone finds one in MS 67 or higher, the price could explode. That's how we get to numbers like $53,000, $70,000, or even $77,000. No one knows for sure what the highest price will be until the next rare one is found. Collectors, investors, and everyday people are always hunting. Online auctions, estate sales, garage finds, they all might hold secret treasures. Even banks still have old rolls of coins that haven't been opened in years. There's a whole world of hidden value in what many people think is just spare change. And that's what makes coins so exciting. So, the next time you see a 1976 quarter, take a moment. Look closely. Does the Liberty look doubled? Does the date look thicker than normal? Is there a small D under Washington's hair? If yes, you might have something special. Don't spend it. Take a closer look. That simple coin might just be the one worth thousands or even tens of thousands. To wrap it all up, yes, most 1976 bicentennial quarters are just pocket change. But a rare few, with the right mint error and the right condition, can be worth real money. Some have sold for $8,000 or more, and the next big one could break all records. Maybe even reach $77,000. And who knows? That rare quarter might be sitting in your hand right now. So go check your coins and happy hunting. Have you ever looked at the change in your pocket and thought, what if one of these coins is worth more than I can imagine? What if that quarter you almost spent on a soda is actually worth not just a few cents, but tens of thousands of dollars? Well, believe it or not, one rare 1976 D bicentennial quarter could be worth $88,000, or even up to $100,000. Sounds crazy, right? But stay with me, because this story is real, and it just might change the way you look at every quarter you find. Let's talk about the 1976 D bicentennial quarter. This coin was made to celebrate 200 years of American freedom, 1776 to 1976. You've probably seen one before. Instead of the normal eagle on the back, it has a design of Independence Hall, and the front shows George Washington, just like usual. But what makes some of these quarters super valuable isn't the design, it's a tiny mistake during the minting process. That's right, a mint error. Now, errors happen at the US Mint once in a while. And when they do, collectors go wild for them. Some of these mistakes are almost impossible to see unless you know what to look for. That's exactly what happened with the rare 1976 D quarter. There's a special version of it with what's called a double die. That means when the coin was being made, the image on it was stamped just slightly off. Twice. This creates a doubling effect on certain parts of the coin. You might see doubling on the words, Liberty, or, In God We Trust, or even the date, 1776 to 1976. Now, here's the crazy part. One of these double die quarters from the Denver Mint, in amazing condition, sold for over $8,000. That's right, just one quarter, sold for over $8,000. But experts believe that if an even better example is found, say one in perfect condition or with an even more extreme error, it could sell for way more. We're talking $20,000, $50,000, even $90,000 or more. Some people are saying that under the right conditions, the right 1976 D-era quarter could break the $100,000 mark. Why so much? Well, it's all about rarity. The U.S. Mint made millions of bicentennial quarters, but only a very small number of them had this specific error. And of those, even fewer were kept in perfect shape. Most people used them, lost them, or tossed them in jars and forgot about them. That means finding one in top condition today is almost like winning the lottery. It's rare, it's exciting, and collectors are willing to pay huge money for it. So how can you tell if you have the rare one? First, look for the letter D under the date. That means it was made in Denver. Next, use a magnifying glass or zoom in on the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters look like they've been stamped twice or look thicker than usual, you might have something special. Also, check the numbers 1776 to 1976. If they have that doubled look too, it's a strong sign. Now, not every 1976 D quarter with small marks is valuable. Lots of coins have damage from years of use. Scratches, wear, and dirt don't make it rare. What makes it rare is the minting error, and it needs to be confirmed by a coin expert or grading service. If you think you have one, don't clean it. Cleaning can ruin the value. Instead, place it safely in a holder or case and get it checked by a professional. Here's something else exciting. Some experts believe there are still rare 1976 D double die quarters out there that haven't been found. Maybe they're sitting in someone's drawer, or mixed in with spare change in a piggy bank. It could even be in your house right now. That's why collectors and treasure hunters are constantly checking every quarter they come across. Because all it takes is one lucky find to change your life. People love the idea of turning something so ordinary into something extraordinary. A simple 25-cent coin could become a $10,000 paycheck or more. Imagine showing up at an auction with your old quarter and walking out with $50,000 or even $100,000 in your pocket. It's rare, yes, but not impossible. So what's the lesson here? Check your change. Look through your old coins. Ask your grandparents if they have any bicentennial quarters lying around. You never know where a hidden gem might be waiting. And even if you don't find the rare error, it's still fun to learn and hunt. Coin collecting is like a real-life treasure hunt. And sometimes,